It has become strangely normal to watch a screen write back to you. An email client offers to draft the first paragraph. A meeting ends and a summary appears with action items neatly packaged. A customer support chat responds instantly. Polished just enough to feel human. Even when you do not go looking for AI, it shows up anyway, folded into the tools you already depend on. This is what I mean by ambient AI, and it connects directly to my broader argument about ambient LLMs. AI is no longer something you only encounter when you open a chatbot. It is becoming part of the background environment of work. That matters for security. You may have unchecked the Improve Model for Everyone box in your ChatGPT. Your organization may have an agreement with Anthropic, OpenAI, Microsoft, or Google, but does that box or that agreement protect you from all the ways LLMs now appear inside the modern workplace? Probably not. LLMs are becoming ambient as they embed themselves into every layer of the work environment. The risk of leaking protected information through them is becoming harder to avoid. LLMs are no longer confined to a single website where you knowingly paste text into a chat box. They are being built into productivity suites, email clients, meeting platforms, operating systems, browsers, mobile assistants, and developer tools. Microsoft has Copilot across Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams, Edge, and Windows. Google has Gemini across Workspace and Android. Zoom has AI Companion. Browsers are adding sidebar assistants. Coding tools are adding model-based help. Open source LLMs are becoming easier to deploy in unpredictable ways. This ubiquitous integration matters because many people still approach AI privacy as an intentional act. They think, I will not paste sensitive things into ChatGPT. That instinct is not wrong, but it's incomplete. The interfaces are multiplying and the boundaries are dissolving. An employee may not think they are using an LLM when they summarize a meeting, rewrite an email, clean up a document, ask a browser assistant for help, or use an AI-enabled coding tool. But the data may still move. And if the data moves, the risk exists. Direct retraining from a prompt box is not the only security or privacy concern. Even if a service does not immediately use your prompts for training, your content can still be retained, logged, reviewed, routed through vendors, or kept for compliance and operational reasons. From there, it can be copied again, forwarded again, exported again, integrated into another system. This creates what I think of as a leakage cascade. A leak in one place rarely stays in one place. Even if today's frontier models never train on your prompt, a future model may train on a dataset that now contains it. That dataset may not be labeled as a prompt log. It may be a support export, a meeting transcript, a cloud backup, a vendor ticket, or a shared document. Your real corpus is not just what you type today. It is what your organization has already stored in the cloud, what employees place into SaaS tools, and what gets summarized, rewritten, transcribed, indexed, searched, and copied. This matters because high-quality human-written text is valuable. Researchers have warned that the supply of public high-quality training data may become increasingly constrained. As that pressure grows, model developers will look for new sources. Some will pay for access. Some will rely more on synthetic data. Some may push into data that previously felt out of bounds. There's also policy drift. Promises change, incentives change, leadership changes, terms of service change. A service that was not originally built around model development may later become part of model development ecosystem. When you trust cloud services, your ideas are only as safe as the host is liquid. That is why focusing only on prompts misses the structural issue. The modern organization has become an enormous machine-readable corpus, and LLM systems are becoming increasingly motivated and capable of touching it. The weakest link is still employees. Even if leadership issued a clear policy, an organization's ideas are only as secure as the people using the tools. The modern workplace is full of temptation. LLMs promise an easy button, and employees are often tired, rushed, or under pressure. Someone pastes code into a chatbot to debug it. Someone asks an assistant to rewrite a sensitive memo. Someone uploads a client incident report for a clean summary. Someone asks a model to make a proposal more persuasive, forgetting that the proposal contains pricing strategy, customer details, or proprietary plans. In those moments, employees are not thinking, I'm leaking sensitive information. They're thinking, I need to get this done. That is what makes LLM security hard. The productivity gain is immediate. The risk is delayed and abstract. We have already seen this problem at major companies. In early 2023, Amazon warned employees not to share confidential information with ChatGPT after seeing outputs that reportedly resembled internal material. Amazon later pushed employees toward an internal chatbot called Cedric, positioned as a safer alternative. Samsung temporarily restricted generative AI use on company devices after employees uploaded sensitive code. Google has also warned staff about entering confidential materials into chatbots. These are sophisticated technology companies. If they struggle with this problem, Every organization should assume that policy alone will fail. Not because employees are malicious, because the tool is useful, the interface is convenient, and the consequences are invisible. For some organizations, the answer has been to build internal models. That can help. Internal models can reduce exposure to external vendors and keep more data inside approved boundaries. But internal models are not a universal solution. Not every organization can build them. Even when they can, internal tools are often weaker than the frontier models employees actually want to use. So the real question is, how do we avoid LLMs? That is unrealistic. Then, how do we protect ourselves while using the best models? The answer starts with education. Employees need concrete oops scenarios, not vague warnings. Do not paste proprietary code into an assistant just because debugging is annoying. Do not upload a sensitive memo because you want a cleaner summary. Do not ask a chatbot to rewrite a client incident report if it contains confidential details. And they need to understand that sensitive information is not only API keys, medical records, passwords, customer identifiers, or regulated data. Sensitive information also includes ideas, internal strategy, proprietary code, vulnerability details, product plans, pricing logic, negotiation posture, technical design, research direction. Anything you would not casually forward to a third party by email should not casually pass through an untrusted LLM interface. This is the category I worry about the most, idea leakage. A paragraph may not contain a password or a customer name. It may still reveal the intellectual core of a company's advantage. But education is not enough. Security cannot depend on every employee making the right judgment every time, especially when AI is being embedded into everything they use. If LLMs are ambient, security has to become ambient too. That means control at the point of action, before the prompt leaves the browser, before the document is uploaded, before the code is pasted, before the assistant receives the memo. Not months later in an audit, not after a report says something may have gone wrong, before the sensitive content crosses the boundary. This is the logic behind SentiGuard. If LLMs are becoming omnipresent, then protection has to operate where employees actually work. Browsers, documents, email, code editors, and corporate machines. It has to move at the speed of the workflow. It has to block sensitive content before it leaves approved boundaries. And it has to recognize not only obvious secrets, but also sensitive concepts in proprietary context. The easy version of security is detecting an API key. The harder version is detecting the paragraph that gives away the company's strategy. That is the problem ambient LLMs create. They do not just increase the number of places where data can leak. They increase the number of moments when people fail to notice that a leak is even possible. The old security model assumes clear boundaries. Approved tools here, unapproved tools there, internal data here, external AI there. Ambient LLMs blur those boundaries. They appear inside approved tools. They attach to ordinary workflows. They summarize the meeting, rewrite the email, assist operating systems, and sit in the browser. Once they become background, people stop seeing that. That is why unchecking the improve the model for everyone box should not make anyone feel especially safe. It may reduce one category of risk, but it is not a security architecture. It does not govern every AI-enabled tool, every third-party integration, every employee workaround, or every future policy change. The answer is building boundaries that match the technology. That means better education, clearer rules, vendor scrutiny, and real-time enforcement where work actually happens. Because the value at risk is not just data in the narrow compliance sense. It is ideas, strategy, code, institutional knowledge, the accumulated advantage of the organization. LLMs have now been woven into the interfaces that mediate work, communication, and decision-making. That is the ambient AI world we are entering. In that world, security policy cannot assume AI use is rare, deliberate, and centralized. It is increasingly constant, increasingly ordinary, increasingly invisible. And when the threat becomes ambient, the defense has to become ambient too. The future risk is not just that someone will paste a secret into ChatGPT. The future risk is that the AI will be present in so many places so often that people stop noticing when they are sharing with it at all.